Hey ladies and gentlemen, I'm a pattern recognition expert and I found a lady that is also a pattern recognition expert. The only difference is her video is telling us all the facts that is happening right now in Hawaii, and then you can come to your own conclusion because maybe it will reveal that you're also a pattern recognition expert too. Maybe.
So it's just a coincidence that the police chief was the same man in charge of the Las Vegas shooting. And it's just a huge coincidence that property owned by millionaires and billionaires like Jeff Bezos, Oprah, and the founder of PayPal remained untouched, while the land of the natives burned only a few feet away, literally. And it's just a huge coincidence that the island had the largest system of outdoor sirens in the world, yet they decided not to sound them or alert anybody in any way. And it's just a huge coincidence that they closed all of the schools, sent all of the children home, and turned off the water as soon as the fires started so that people couldn't put them out. And it's just a coincidence that under orders, policemen blockaded the exits, didn't allow anyone to evacuate, and forced them to jump in the water to save their own lives. And it's just a coincidence that the island is set to be the very first to operate on 100% renewable energy, and to do so, they must significantly decrease their CO2 emissions. And it's just a huge coincidence that 1 month prior to the fires, the mayor issued a press release highlighting his commitment to the United Nations 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development. And it's just a coincidence that Hawaii is the only state to have submitted a voluntary local review, which is a framework and goal set to achieve sustainable development. And it's just a huge coincidence that BlackRock and the United States government are two out of the three largest landowners on the island who have been trying to buy up the land from the natives for the past few decades, who refuse to sell, and both of them are part of the renewable energy agenda. And it's just a huge coincidence that the survivors' homes that are still standing are now being evicted. And it's just a coincidence that the fact checkers saying that all of this is a coincidence are owned by BlackRock. At this point, if you believe that all of these are coincidences, you are the crazy one, not me. Google is not going to come out and tell you what's going on, and even if they did, a lot of you wouldn't even believe it unless it was from a government or fact-checking website. But guess what? They're not going to tattle on themselves, so you need to think for yourself. We should be absolutely enraged about these fires. We really need to stand up and do something, because things like this are just going to keep happening, because we allowed.
So now that we reached the end, are you a pattern recognition expert? Because if you're not, I'm like, well, I guess you're a Google expert because you only believe Google. So let me know what you think. Because if this happened to your town by the same people, are you going to think the same thing? Are you going to focus on the idea, what? Who the heck is reporting? Anecdotal. What? You're talking about yourself. The government isn't that evil. You're in a bubble. You're in the echo chamber. I'm like, yeah, okay. But the fact that so many things happen, the fact that you sent a bunch of kids from school and you turned off the water, and I did that video that the lady said, well, the helicopters could not come to throw the water.
The fire department could not allow choppers to take water from the reservoir because of the 80-mile-per-hour winds.
And I'm like, wait a second, because of the wind? We're talking about simple water in the house. No, turned off. Well, let's escape. Oh no, blocked. We can't go there. Who blocked? We don't know. But the cars are there. Okay. Jump into the water. Okay, let's go. Whoosh, in a tornado. Bye-bye bodies. There is no bodies. We don't know how many people passed away. It was so hot they burned to crisps. Okay. There's no evidence. Who's doing the reason? Oh, it's that cops that didn't solve that thing. Oh. So who's the coroner is him? He will decide how. Okay. He has a good track of solving things, right? Yeah. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. There comes a point that as a person, a parent, or anybody that loves their own country, I'm going to be like, bruh, there's something weird happening over here. What you gonna do with the land? I want my house. Well, we're going to buy the house, and those we will evict. I'm not laughing at Hawaiian people. I'm just saying that there comes a point that I cannot make sense other than the thing that is collecting in my head that it's an opportunity to make something that I never voted for. And the person that wanted to have that, by accident, they got it anyway. I just lost way more and they got it way cheaper. Anyway, let me know what you think. Are you a pattern recognition expert too?